If you are interested in a general orientation, feel free to give us a call at this number right here, and we'll be happy to schedule you an orientation. So the first thing that we're going to want to do today is log in. So to do that, you're going to go down to the bottom of your website and click on that little key. And you can follow along on your own website or just watch and try it yourself later. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that key. Now the username is always administrator, lowercase, and then the password is either the password that we sent you when you created your website, or if you've changed your password, it will be that. All right, so we're logging in. Okay, so images. Now, all the images on your website are customizable. That means that you can change any of them. The images for the template are preset, but you can always change them. One thing is that you want to customize as many images as you can. You want to be using either personal images or stock images that we have provided to you, or images that you've purchased for use. You don't want to just grab an image off of Google because they actually have code embedded in them, and you can actually be charged for using them. We've actually had that happen before, and it's not fun. So make sure that you have permission to use the images, either because you've taken them yourself or they are stock images that you can use. So images that you can change, images that you might want to use are images for staff members, images for the doctors, perhaps the inside or outside of your practice, a logo, or even your patients. And if you don't have a logo, we do have designers that can help create one for you. So template images, I'm going to go ahead and show you how you might change those. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on Admin Home right up here, and it's going to open up a new window. And what we're going to do is go over right here to the template and click Change Template. And as you can see, all the templates have different places where the pictures might show up. For instance, on Eucalyptus, you have a little banner right at the top under the menu. Now, I'm going to go ahead and continue with Eucalyptus, but if you wanted to change, you would just click on any of these templates down here. Now here is where you can choose many different template images for your website. And if you don't see anything that you particularly like, or you have a custom image you want to put up there, go ahead and email that into us at support@eVetSites.com, and we can put it in there for you. In this particular instance, I'm going to go ahead with these horses right here. Now this next screen is just choosing the color for your templates. I'm going to go ahead and keep the style that I have now. And if I refresh this, now it's horses. Next, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to insert images and edit them. So I'm going to go ahead up to Edit Content, and it's going to pull up this screen. Now, when you click on the image, on an image that is already displayed, you'll notice that it has a blue background. That lets you know that the image is selected. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this image just to show you. And so now you see that the image is gone, that we have nothing up there. Now let's go ahead and insert an image of our own. So I'm going to go back up to Edit Content, and you're going to want to position your cursor wherever you want to insert the image. In this particular case, I want it right before the welcome. So I'm going to click and make sure the cursor is blinking. Now, you can insert an image one of two ways. You can either go up here to this bar right here, or you can right-click and insert edit image. When you click on insert edit image, you see this box pop up, and what we're interested in right now is source. So this is where the image is going to be pulled from. And there are two different ways of using images. You can either use images that are already uploaded or images that you've uploaded yourself, and I'll go over that a little bit later. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this folder with the magnifying glass, and it's going to bring up the file manager. This is where all the images that we've uploaded are, and all of our stock images, which are placed in folders for easy use. I'm going to go ahead into the equine folder, and let's go ahead with this one right here. All you have to do is select it, and you'll see a little check mark, and that lets you know that that image is currently selected. I'm going to go ahead and click Insert, and now you see that it has populated the source and populated the dimensions. I'm going to go ahead and click OK right now. Okay, so let's save content. Always make sure to save content before you close the window. Otherwise, it won't be saved, and you might lose a little bit of work. Okay, so I see two issues right away. The first, the image is rather large, and second, the text isn't wrapping the way that it was when we started. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead, excuse me, up to Edit Content. And the way we're going to edit our image is if you click, once again it is highlighted, if you double click, it'll bring up this Insert Edit Image box again. What I'm going to go ahead and do is reduce the dimensions to make it a little bit smaller. It's at 400 pixels right now. Let's try 300. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click outside of the box, and you'll see that the second box has automatically changed, and that's because it's set to constrained proportions so that everything doesn't look a little skewed, a little out of place. If you make a mistake, if you do, say, 3,000, you can always reset to original dimensions, and that will bring you right back to it. So we're going to do 300 one more time. Oops. 300 one more time, and click OK. So the image is quite a bit smaller. But we know that it still isn't wrapping. So we're going to go back into it, and we're going to click over to Advanced. Now, Advanced, you're going to see quite a few options. What we're interested in right now is Align. So when I click Align, you'll see that we have left, center, and right. Now, we want the image on the left-hand side, so we're going to go ahead and click left. If you wanted the image on the right, you would click Align Right. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now you see that the text is moved up. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Content. Let's take a look at what we've done. Okay, so the text is wrapping. However, I do see that it is writing right up on the image. Makes it a little hard to read. So let's go ahead and fix that, shall we? We're going to go back up to Edit Content. We're going to double click on that image again. We're going to click Advanced. And you see these margins right here. This is what we're going to change today. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a number. And I would recommend anywhere from 5 to maybe 15 pixels. We're going to go with 10 right now. So this is going to add a 10 pixel margin to the right of the picture. And you can see right up here, it now says flow left and margin right 10 pixel. We're going to add it to the bottom as well, because we want to make sure that it doesn't write up on the bottom of the image. So margin, bottom 10 pixel. I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and you can see the text is moved just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save Content. We'll take a look at what that looks like. Okay, nice. Now we have the text a little bit farther from the picture. It's a little bit separated. We can read our words. Everything is looking good. So to recap, you're going to want to insert an image, find your image within the file manager, edit the dimensions, click over to the Advanced tab, and if you want the picture to be aligned, change the alignment, add a margin. Now, I'm going to take just a moment to see if anyone has any questions or if anyone is having trouble placing those images in. Okay, then. All right, so we're going to move on now to tables. So tables are used primarily to get uniform alignment to the page. Excuse me, we do have a question. Why can't you change the banner? So the banner picture is on the back end of the website. So there's no way for you to upload a picture yourself to change that banner. However, if you want to change the image, you want to use a custom image, all you have to do is send it in to us and we'll get it put up there for you. All right. Well, you're welcome. Okay, so we're going to move on to tables. So tables are used for uniform alignment on the page. Its main use is to make sure that everything lines up and looks the same, no matter which way you're viewing your website. And you can view your website either on a computer, on a tablet, or on a phone. And tables help keep everything uniform, keep everything looking similar so that they can be responsive and it just looks nice. So tables are used in several different areas. For instance, the staff page, the hours page, and you'll see that in the common content right here. You'll see that it is in a table. And let's go ahead to our doctors and take a look at the tables. Okay, so you see here that we have two generic posts for doctors. We have an image on the left, and we have the text on the right. And the reason for that is because it's in a table. I'm going to go ahead and click Edit Content and show you what that table looks like in our editor. And here we go. So you see that the images are in a column on the left. The text is in a column on the right. And the doctors are separated by a row just to give them a little space. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to edit the table. So first off, let's go ahead and change this picture. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to upload an image real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this photo. And we're going to go to Insert Edit Image. Click on the folder. And so now, right up here, you see an Upload button. And you'll see this as long as you're not within a stock content area in the image bank. If you don't see that upload file, you can close out and go back in, and you should see it then. I'm going to go ahead and click Upload, and it'll bring up this box. Now, you can add files one of two ways. You can either drag a file from a folder into this box, or you can click Add Files, and they can be any of these extensions right here. Max size is 20 megabytes, so you shouldn't run into that issue too often. And if you do, if you're having trouble uploading anything that's too big, or you just can't seem to get it down, you can give us a call, or you can email us, and we'll be able to help you. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add Files. And it'll bring up the standard file browser for your computer. I'm going to go ahead and click on this picture right here. And you'll see that it's added JPG, valid extension, perfect. You'll see that it's at 0%. So that means that it's not uploaded yet. And if you were to click close, you wouldn't find the image stored on your file manager. So we're going to go ahead and click upload and wait for that to hit 100%. There we go. And so now we are complete. And you can upload more than one image at a time. I'm going to go ahead and click close. And so you won't see the image right away. But if I scroll down, there it is right there. And you can see it's actually already selected. So we're going to go ahead and click Insert. Now, these dimensions are a little big. So we're going to go ahead and reduce that once again to about 300. And in this particular instance, you don't need to add an alignment because it is in a cell by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So now you see that the image is on the left, and it isn't centered like this image is right here. To change that, we're going to go ahead and click on the image. And right up here, you'll see these align buttons. I'm going to go ahead and click Align Center. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click Save Content. We'll take a look at that. All right, so one of the things I noticed is that this image is really long, a lot longer than this, and it's kind of riding up on our text. Easiest way to change that is to make sure that each image is the same width. And to do that, let's go ahead and see how wide this image is right here, 250. So we're going to try to make this image 250 right here. Okay. Save content, close window, and there we go. So now everything's uniform, everything's looking nice, and it'll look nice even if you move it to a tablet or cell phone configuration, which you can do in your browser just by minimizing the surface area. And as you can see, keeps everything nice and uniform. But what if we wanted to add another doctor? I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So you're going to click Edit Content, and if I scroll down here, you'll see that there isn't any more of this table. Well, that's okay, because we can easily add a new section to the table. So I'm going to go ahead and click in this cell, and you see that the cursor is blinking. I'm going to go ahead and right-click, and you see down here, Table Properties, Cell, Row, Column, Delete Table. I'm going to go ahead to Row and insert row after. And there it is. Now, we know that between this doctor and this doctor, we had a cell blocking it. So we're going to go ahead and click inside this cell, right-click again, and add another row. Now I'm going to go ahead and insert another image. This time, an image I've already uploaded right here. We remember that the dimensions were 250. Click OK. Click that little center button, and we'll call him Dr. Ruff. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Content, and we'll take a look at how that looks. And there it is. You can see that the text is still aligned, the pictures are still aligned, everything looks good. Now, what about creating the table? So first, I'm going to see if there are any questions regarding inserting images into the tables or adding a new row before I continue. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. So let's go ahead and create a table. But first, let's go ahead and create a new page so that we can create that table. So to do that, we're going to go up to Edit menu. And this will bring up our menu screen. Now, we can either add a top-level menu, in which case it'll always display on every screen, which is the home, about us, services, pet library, etc. Or you can create a sub-level menu, and that'll go inside a main menu item. Let's go ahead and create a sub-level menu. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. It says add a new page to the menu here. Okay. So right now it's just called new page 46, but let's say our pets. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Menu Information, close the window, and now we have a blank page to start with. So we're going to go ahead and go to Edit Content. Click right there in this empty box, and we're going to go ahead and add a table. Now, once again, there are two different ways to add this table. You can either go up to this table button right here and insert table this way, or you can right-click and insert table. Now, you'll see this grid. And what this grid does is it lets you start off by creating a table exactly the size that you want it. So you can create more columns or more rows. We're going to go ahead and create just a 2 by 2 for now. So when I click, you'll see that it created 4 cells in 2 columns and 2 rows. Now, let's go ahead and let's say we want to showcase one doctor's set of pets. You can actually insert tables within a table. Now, to do that, all you have to do is just select inside a table, and then right-click and insert table again. And you can see that it added another table. Now, one of the things I did want to mention about the tables is that when you've clicked inside a table, you can see that they have these little boxes outlining it to let you know that what you've selected. And I'm going to go ahead and right-click and go into Table Properties. Now, you can see here that the width is 100%. That is what it defaults to. And you want to make sure that you keep it as a percentage, because if you don't, it could run off the page or become so small you can't see it. Now, if you accidentally click on one of these boxes and you move them around a little bit, it will actually change the dimensions. So if I right-click Table Properties, you'll now see that it made it a 35 pixel height and a 1625 pixel width. Let's go ahead and change that back to 100%. There we go. So now it's reset. Okay, so for this particular table, we have a table of 3 cells inside this cell. Let's go ahead and add in some pictures just to show you why you might want to add a secondary table. We'll go ahead and insert this guy. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Let's center that image. And you'll notice that once we've added 2 of them, this last one is getting a little small. If you don't see it, don't worry, it is still there. if you just click in there, you'll see it pop up. Okay. Now, if I click Save Content, you'll see that these images are placed right next to each other. They're not kind of floating off on their own, and they're all within this one cell. So if you ever have to display multiple pictures, maybe for your practice or to show off a kennel, just remember that you can insert a table within another table. Now, one of the other reasons you might use a table is to display information. Now, this is just our stock poisonous plants to avoid table. And as you can see, everything is placed in there neatly. It's a very easy to read grid, and you can quickly find what you're looking for. We're looking for tobacco. There it is. And so it helps keep everything uniform, keep everything aligned. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop, see if there are any questions, if there's anything that I may not have covered that you would like to know that we can help you out with. Okay, so one of the things I did not cover, and I apologize for this, is you want to add descriptions to your images. And the reason for that is there are a couple of reasons. One is that it will help personalize these images, and it'll give your clients more information about the pictures, and it will actually give Google more information about the pictures. So Google will actually pick up on the image description, and it can only help your standing with Google. So let's go ahead and say our horse Epona. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Click Save. And now it pops up whenever we hover over the image. And so again, that helps you personalize your photo. It helps Google, and it helps your clients. It's a win for everyone. And it's a good habit to get into, to label all of your pictures. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop one more time, see if there are any other questions. Okay. Tammy, is there anything that you would like to add today?
I think that's it. I don't know if anyone has any questions about, editing the colors or anything of the cells, or adding multiple pictures in. If not, that will conclude today's session, but we can hang on the line for questions.